school day. So we're just coming live here. It'll just be a second. And there we are. I think we're good. Okay. So hello everybody. Welcome to 2022, and this is something new that I'm kicking off for the new year. I'm just meeting with friends in my group. I'm just meeting with healthy, natural people that I know and I've met along my way, along my journey, people in my group, people in my chat, friends of mine, relationships that I've made along the way to healing myself and changing myself and fixing my life. And today I've got Leah Engel with us. Leah, can I just first ask you, if you don't mind, could you just share with everyone here where you're from, your age, and tell us a little bit about your story. Like, tell us what happened to you and what changed and what you did.
Okay. So my name is Lee. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I just turned 47 in September. And my health journey kind of happened. I was forced to deal with it because I turned 40, had a child, and was just, my body, everything was just off. And I was miserable, unhealthy. I ended up gaining probably 75 pounds, just on probably 12 to 14 different medications. And all the diagnostic testing kept coming back. Okay, blood work was perfect, but I felt horrible. So I slowly, through elimination diet, got rid of the gluten, then all processed foods, sugar, and I was feeling better, but then I was still sick. So I decided to have my breast implants removed that I had for 25 years because I believe that was a major contributing factor. So I had 2 sets over 23 years. And prior to that, had no health problems. And I had every GI issue, every neurological issue. And it was just every year I was just getting sicker and sicker. So I did that, radically, just chose to get those taken out, and instantly started feeling better, started going to the gym, cleaned up my diet, to the point where I started following like the medical medium and a couple people on Facebook where they were juicing and, doing a lot of, plant-based diets. So I started with the celery juice, did that every morning religiously for 6 months, was feeling really good, physically and mentally, but I couldn't get the last 45 pounds off. So I basically went vegan. I cut out the meat, I cut out the dairy and the eggs, and I did it in stages so I could see the results. And I would say probably 45 days, I lost 45 pounds. It was drastic. It was like, I worked out for 2 years straight with minimal results, like 15 pounds weight loss, but I was, healthier, but still physically did not look much different. So that's frustrating because you just want to give up. So now it was incorporating that final piece kind of connected all the dots with my health. And now I work out usually 5, sometimes every day, but at least 5 times a week. I have a treadmill, 2 treadmills at home, a bike at home. So there's no excuses, weights at home, because I was forced to do that through COVID. So I refused to have COVID take control of my life. So I basically, did this all through COVID. It was going to make or break me, put it that way, because the mental stress with being stuck with a 5-year-old, homeschooling them, working full time. So it was a lot, but when I started juicing, that incorporated another level of nutrition that you wouldn't even understand it unless you're doing it and reaping the benefits of the juicing. I juice every single day, sometimes 3 times a day. I do a lot of extended juice fasts. I do dry fasting. I do usually just fasting once a week for 24 hours just to kind of clear everything out. I just try to find anything that's going to help me feel better. So I guess it's just like a constant quest on, keeping me in balance with, the nutrition, the diet, the sleep, the mental health aspect of it. Oh, I stopped watching TV too. Like I got rid of cable 2 years ago and just listened to audiobooks and read books and podcasts. It was just very busy for me to try to focus on that and what's important. It's not always the same thing. So
I love it. I love your story. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for
so
sharing.
yeah, so I accidentally became healthy from one event to the next to the next. It was just a series of events that just kept happening where, I was discovering randomly I'd come across something with veganism, and then that's when I started like registering because I was getting physically ill when I would eat meat and I couldn't digest it anymore. Like my body just was basically telling me stop, and I was throwing up. I couldn't digest it. So at that point, when you're doing that, you have to listen to your body. Like I wish I would have done that 20 years ago because I'd be so much better off at this point. You try to fight the intuition, but you should just kind of go with it more.
Amazing, amazing. So then to lose the 75 pounds and to come off of the medications and
Yeah.
to restore your health, how long, like from beginning to end,
Um, Probably 3 years.
so,
And I feel like every couple months I am getting in better shape physically and emotionally, mentally, because I'm always working at all three. So it's just, something that you always have to work at if you want to keep it sharp.
so it's like a continued effort. It becomes
Yeah.
kind of it becomes a
Well,
lifestyle, a new
it is.
lifestyle.
It is because I have to get up 45 minutes early just to juice my juice for the day because I'll juice like 3 to 4 whole pineapples with probably 6 ounces of ginger root. And I'll drink that throughout the day until I finally eat like, a veggie dinner or salad or something like that. But I feel so good eating clean that I don't drink. I still have fun. I just don't have to get drunk. Like I drank every night for 20 years at least. To excess, and it's just not healthy. Now I really religiously get my sleep, my water, my meditation, right now I'm dying because there's no sun, and I benefit from the sun. I need the sun. So I'm like free and frozen over here because we couldn't even leave today.
Same thing. We're buried in snow as well over here.
Yeah.
So many awesome things I heard there. So you've reduced your alcohol, but you haven't eliminated it.
Oh no, I haven't drank probably in 3 years. Yeah, because I was getting physically sick when I was drinking. That's when I knew like my body was telling me something when I was throwing up. It was that extreme. Like I was on a lot of stomach meds for GI issues and IBS, they would say, or acid reflux, and so many scopes, so many colonoscopies, nothing. How is this possible? So it was getting rid of those three things: the meat, the dairy, and the eggs. And when I did that, my life changed.
Reduce the meat, dairy, and eggs. What about and alcohol?
Yeah, I don't have a thing for it or against it. Like if I'm in a wedding, I probably will, not get drunk, but I'll probably have a drink, but nothing planned. Like I don't say, oh, let's go hang out and drink. Like I just get water. It's no different than.
So it's a change. It's a change of mindset. Like, you used to drink every day. You used to eat meat every day. You used to have dairy every day. You were relatively less active, I gather.
Oh, yeah. And
so you really had to, but it happened because you were so uncomfortable with your sickness, illness, disease, digestive problems.
Yeah, like you just lose motivation to it's just depressing. It's really mentally draining to be in that position. You know, when you want to feel good and you want to be healthy, but you just don't know what to do to get there.
Awesome. So what about fasting? Are you incorporating any fasting? Well, I
I
mean, you're
do.
juice fasting,
Yeah.
and you said a weekly fast. You do.
Like on Sundays, I usually try to do just
Awesome.
nothing for like 24 to 36 hours till like
Nice.
four
Nice.
o'clock on Monday. And I feel like amazing after that. Like, you
Yes.
know, it's hard because you get cravings and, you know, you want to eat something. If you stay busy and, you know, I drink a lot of herbal kidney tea and just different tonics and everything like, you know, just a detox. I do a lot of lemon juice, drinking lemon juice. But yeah, the juicing of fruit every single day.
Amazing. Amazing. Awesome. So I love it. I mean, everything that you're talking about there are things that I like to emphasize here. I try to emphasize everyone to be doing a 24-hour fast once a week. If you can go
Yeah,
for longer, awesome.
yeah.
I'm encouraging people in my group, Global Health and Wellness, to be honoring a 4-day detox. I say every week, like you're trying
Hmm.
to eat fruits and vegetables, juices, most days of the week. So I say at least 4 days of the week, you're trying to focus your nutrition to be on juices or fruits or live
Yeah,
foods. So getting away from the cooked and processed foods, getting away from
yeah.
the meats, the dairies, the starches, the fats, and moving to more live food nutrition. Like when you
Mhm.
start taking in live food, all of the ailments, all of the pain, all of the illness, it
It's
really
so
goes
easy.
away.
Yeah, because it's so easy to digest the fresh. I notice even when I eat cooked veggies, it's not as easy to, you know, digest and have. I kind of get sluggish, I think. More sluggish if I eat cooked food versus just, you know, salads or something raw or fruits. But yeah, I do notice the difference. But I mean, it's by far superior than, you know, processed food or, you know, even the meat. It's so heavy and hard to, you know what I feel like? When I cut out the meat and dairy, it's almost like something like magic, a light bulb went off in my head. It like there was all this clarity. And I wonder if it's a lot of like excess hormones that are absorbed through the meat, through the, you know what I mean? Because I just felt so much clearer and lighter mentally when that was gone. And then I didn't even mean to cut out coffee, but I would forget to drink it. And I'd make it every morning and forget to drink it. And then I got to the point where I said, it kind of gives me heartburn and I don't even want it. So I needed it before, but now I don't. So it was, you know, that was another thing I eliminated without even trying.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it gets easier, honestly, the more you like stick to it and the stricter you are. And, you know, because you just know the end result after doing it for so long. And you know the end result, if you cheat and eat like crap, you're gonna feel like crap. And the cleaner you eat, the worse that effect is when you know, cheat, then it's like a double whammy because you're not used to it. So it's just like, oh, you know, I'm out for like 2 days if I eat bad. So to me,
Do
it's
you
just
have
not worth.
kids, Lee?
Hmm?
Do you have
Pardon?
kids?
I have a 7-year-old.
A
I mean,
7-year-old.
he eats meat. I cook it for him. I don't have. It's not an ethical thing. That's just what works for my body. And you know, it may not be everybody's style, and you know, but I believe that that's what's working best for me and my body to
I
be at its.
found the same thing. I
Mm-hmm.
found the same thing. I haven't eliminated all animal products. I still use
Mm.
feta cheese. I still use,
Yeah,
I still use Parmesan
I mean, I
on
do that
like if I
too.
have a pasta or something. I don't think it needs to be elimination. I just
Yeah,
it needs to be reduced and
yeah,
rebalanced and recontrolled in
yeah,
our life. And
yeah,
have it on the weekend, have it on special
yeah,
events, have it at a party if you want to have a drink, if you want to have a coffee or a tea here and there. But it's just like the every single day. Like you gotta it's gotta
yeah,
it's gotta be less than you know not every single day. You can
yeah,
have it sometimes, but it
yeah.
it just doesn't rule and command your life any longer.
Yeah. And the more you start to get away from it, you really don't crave it after a certain point. I feel it was actually a lot easier than I thought it would have been, because it wasn't something planned. It was just kind of like one week I tried to cut out the dairy, felt better, and then went on, did the meat. And so it was kind of just like process of elimination too.
Amazing. Amazing. So these are all the things that I've found, exactly the same sort of things that I found, moving from the cooked and processed foods, reducing the animal proteins, reducing the fats, moving to more live foods, moving to fruits and juices, fasting weekly. I do intermittent fasting daily,
Oh
juicing,
yeah, so do I.
intermittent
Yeah.
fasting daily, improving, changing sleep, reducing stimulants, reducing alcohol. And it's not something that you force, it's kind of something that you kind of fall into. It kind of
Yeah.
evolves in your life. As you
Yeah.
start moving in this way, you start being more motivated and inspired to do this. Exercise,
Yeah.
exercising daily. We do exercise in our group. If you ever wanted to join in, every
Uh,
Sunday morning, we do live exercise in our group every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Join in for free exercise in our group. These are all the ideas that I think everyone needs to find out about, like the things that we think about exercise, and we think about nutrition. The things that we've been told about nutrition and exercise are a little bit slanted, and we just
yeah.
need to have some truth. We need daily movement, we need habit, we need
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, daily movement, numerous daily movements should be what you're, trying to achieve, because that's, basically just keeping your body moving.
So what are you doing now, Lee? Are like, have you changed what you're like, are you like involved with anything with your like passionate about? Are you helping people? Are you talking to
Well,
people
yeah,
about
like
this?
I have a few friends I'm helping right now with their diet. I'm having a couple of them meet me different nights during the week, because I usually get my son's in a couple different activities. So every time he's at his activity, I go to the gym, because I belong to probably 5 gyms. So I go to the closest one. So there's no excuses. But yeah, so yeah, it's almost a couple little side projects. I'm starting to just kind of see, we're going to do before and after pictures, and just monitor the results and see where it goes. The one girl's really young, 25, so I'm really excited to see what her results will be.
Amazing. So you're doing a little bit of coaching on the side
Yeah,
yourself.
it's very informal. Like, one girl is a friend of mine, one girl I work with, another one I know through a mutual friend. So just kind of starting, only because I've been, people reached out to me on Facebook when I put a before and after picture on. I think because it was like a 55-pound weight difference that I showed. And I basically said, there's no magic formula, there's no magic pill there. It's just a lot of, discipline and preparation and dedication. So
Meditation,
yeah,
dedication,
meditation. Yeah.
meditation,
I never in
dedication.
a million years would have thought I would be meditating ever. And my favorite time to meditate is out in the sun at like noon in the summer. That's like my dream. I'm my happiest there. So yeah, that we're still a while away, but
And what about like just positive thoughts and words, affirmations, journaling, anything
oh yeah, I
like
do
this?
journaling. I do manifesting journals. The 369 method. So I listen to a ton of audio podcasts that are like Abraham Hicks, Wayne Dyer, along that genre I like. So that kind of keeps me like mentally
Spirituality,
positive.
mental health, these are all
Yeah.
positive things, positive thoughts
Yeah.
and words, affirmations,
Yep.
gratitude,
Mm-hmm. Yep. All of the
self-belief,
above. Mm-hmm.
worth, value, self-value.
Every day I add a new affirmation. Now it's like a Bible.
Awesome.
And then I read it every day.
Like, do you have a page or a group or anything that you've created for yourself or
Not
anything like that?
yet. Not yet. Like I'm kind of just venturing out right now because I find that there's not a lot of people that are living like I am. So, like one lady I met through, working, but she doesn't work with me, but it's, so it's like, so when you find someone, you're just like, oh, you're like me, come here, let me talk to you. And like you instantly know you're going to be friends because you're like the same mindset and the same type of beliefs. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mhm.
Amazing. So what do you do full timely?
I for the last 10 years I've run an in-home healthcare agency. Prior to that, I owned a hair salon for 10 years. So diverse background, did advertising sales.
So
So
you've had regular career, you've got kids, you had to juggle it all, and you had to
yeah.
make yourself well because you were sick and you were going through
Well,
all the tests.
that was my main goal. Was I was sick when I had my son when I was 40, and I was sick from the day I was sick, just could never get better. And I was basically like, I will die if I don't do something. Like, what kind of life is this going to be? I couldn't even keep up with him. He was like 1.5 running around. So that was like what kind of got my motors running, like thinking like, okay, let's try this, let's try that. I was doing acupuncture. I was doing foot ionic detox baths. I was doing the IV infusion with the vitamins. I mean, I was doing a lot of trial and error, and some things, you would think they would work, but I'm thinking, I don't know, not for that much money, maybe, but it was more like a placebo effect. So yeah, but I find that, doing the bare basics of like exercising, being outside and eating clean, like you don't have to complicate it much. If you keep it, the more basic you keep it, the easier it's going to be and the better you're going to feel.
It happens. It happens with a little
Mhm.
bit of time and a little bit of practice, a little bit of commitment, a little change of mind, a little bit of new information, and you can change your life. What would you say to people right now about immune health, about being healthy, about staying healthy, about not getting sick with the virus, or what would you say about this?
Um, I haven't gotten the vaccine. I won't get the vaccine. I have not had COVID yet. My son hasn't. um, so I just really firmly believe in I juice every single day. I will not go without my juice. So aside from the day, like Sundays when I fast, like I feel that that's like what is protecting me because how are you going to get that many nutrients in one sitting when I'm juicing a whole entire pineapple, but you're not having to digest all of that and it's not taxing your digestive system and making you tired. So, I mean, it's like a shock to your system. And, if you're feeling down, I instantly feel better if I just start pounding juice with like fresh ginger root, and sometimes I'll throw lemon in it, but mainly pineapple. And if it's not that, then I'm mentally believing that it is and it's helping. So that's what I'm living by is my juicing.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. So glad to know you. So glad to meet you. Welcome to our group. Thanks
Oh,
so much
yeah.
for being around. We'd love to hear your comments on our posts. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see you. We'd love to get information whenever you can offer it. We
Sure.
appreciate it. Thanks so much, Lee.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.